What's going on, everyone? Levi here. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. What we're gonna do today is I'm gonna show you how to prep this short live edge slab for wood and epoxy charcuterie board. So the first step you'll see me do is I'm gonna make the cut. The second step, I'm gonna run it through the planer. I'm gonna show you how to set it up so that you get a completely flat slab when you run it through the planer. And then we're gonna cut it to size and make sure that it fits in this 12 by 16 mold. So stick with me. Hopefully you learned something. In the comments below, let me know if you have any questions. All right, guys, we made the cut where we wanted it to. This side is gonna be wood, this side is gonna be epoxy. It's gonna be about 7 inches wide on the wood side, about 5 inches wide on the epoxy side. So the next step is we're gonna flatten this, but this is not a perfectly flat piece of wood to begin with. If we run it through the planer like this, it's gonna follow the twist. So you're gonna see me attach this to something that's completely flat with hot glue and wood shims, and then we're gonna run it through the planer. Once we have that initial flat surface, we can take it off of the MDF that we're using, and then we can flip it over and we can run it through the planer by itself because we have a perfectly flat surface. Let's do it. All right, guys, so we've got it cut to 16 inches long. Before I clean the bark off, I'm just gonna pop it in the mold, make sure that it fits, and then from there we're gonna clean the bark off. We're gonna sand the cambium layer. Once we sand the cambium layer, the epoxy will be ready to be poured. All right, guys, this is ready to pour. We cut the slab the long ways. We flattened it with the planer. We trimmed it to size. We made sure that it fit in the mold. And then the last step was just to remove the bark. And then we needed to sand it all the way down so that we're on the bare wood. If you miss this step, what's gonna happen is you put this in with the bark. The bark is a weak point, right? So the epoxy is going to adhere to the bark. If the bark separates from the wood, you will be left with a piece of wood, and then you'll be left with a piece of epoxy that is still attached to the bark. So you need to make sure that you do not skip this step. Clean out the cambium layer as much as you possibly can. Remove the bark, remove anything loose. You can see that I sanded it down to wood. I used 120 grit. This is perfect. The epoxy is going to adhere very well to the wood. All right, so fits in perfect. Wood on this side, epoxy on this side. You can do it a million different ways. You could do wood on the outsides, epoxy in the middle. There really is no wrong answer as long as you're happy with it. That's what matters. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Hope you follow along because I will be posting videos of this, of the pour, and then just the finished product. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and follow along to see more. Talk to you guys later.